Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. Don't throw in the towel. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. You in a dark place because God needed a personal space to grow you, develop you, and mature you. Because something's getting ready to happen in this place, and we're even outside distractions. Today we conclude this month of April. Breakthrough. Don't be fooled. It's not too late for yours. Sunday after Easter. Historically, the least attended service in America is the Sunday after Easter, so the expectations are always low. But we come this morning with some expectations that's going to shake the foundations of your faith. We come this morning with declarations that the Sunday after Easter, people are still getting up. We come the Sunday after Easter declaring it's not too late for your breakthrough. You may have missed the announcement last Sunday he got up, but this Sunday you're going to get up. This Sunday you're going to overcome. This Sunday you're going to defeat the enemy. This Sunday you're going to push yourself into a breakthrough. You can turn your Bibles to Luke chapter 24. I'm not going to be very long, but I promise you, I'm going to release something into you this morning. You turn your Bible to Luke chapter 24. And while you're looking for Luke chapter 24, it's going to take you to the day of the resurrection. Luke chapter 24. Drop down to verse number 13. And while we're getting there to Luke chapter 24, verse 13, let me give you some pointers to prepare you for this morning's message, because it would not be just another sermon. It would not be just another message. It would not be just another church service. If I'm being very transparent, the next 48 hours are the most critical hours of my ministerial life. I got to preach and pray my way out of hell. If I'm real critical this morning, if I'm not faking the funk and pretending like everything is all right when it's not all right, I'd be a liar, and I cannot be a liar. So I got to tell you this morning, the only hope I have is that God give me a breakthrough and that God gives us a miracle. But I'm trusting God that no matter what it looks like on Friday, no matter what it looks like on Saturday, I'm still believing Sunday morning, baby. I'm still believing Sunday morning. So let me prepare you, those in the house and those online from the house. I want you to get this in your spirit before you can even get the word in your spirit. Get out your feelings. Breakthroughs are not birthed in your feelings. Let me say it again. Get out your feelings. Breakthrough are not birthed in your feelings. And if you stay in your feelings, you're going to stay stuck in your current situation. It's not about how you feel about it. It's how you believe about it. Today my desire is to motivate you and me to increase our faith to a level that something supernatural has to happen for you and me, and it has become a strong possibility. Our faith got to leapfrog so high this afternoon that supernatural breakthroughs have to find us, tackle us, and take us out. I'm believing this morning that when the Bible says grace and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, I tapped in this a little bit last week and told you that in the original text, grace and mercy wasn't just following them. Grace and mercy was aggressively pursuing them, getting ready to tackle them. What that means is when grace and mercy tackles you, it's going to force you to shift to another level. It's going to apply you with all your needs. And I don't know what your needs are this morning, but grace and mercy is going to tackle you, not to hurt you, but to release a blessing in your life. I'm getting to the text. I'm getting to the text. There are three groups in this house this morning. There are three groups in this house this morning. And it's my responsibility to minister to all three at the same time. It's my responsibility to make sure that all three groups leave here saying, somebody told him about my business. It's my responsibility to make sure I address your current situation, no matter what category you came in. And the first group this morning that I know that's here is the group that said, I need a breakthrough now. That's a while, not by and by. I need a breakthrough now. There's a second group here, and I praise God for this second group. There's a second group here saying, I already received my breakthrough. I'm here to be a part of the praise team. I'm here to let my testimony resonate throughout the building. Let somebody know, baby, I've been where you were. I've been where you're at, and God made a way out of no way. And if God made a way for me, God will make a way for you. Before I introduce group number 3, let me get some help from group number Is there anybody in this house that can help me help somebody and let them know everything? Come on now. If God brought you out, shout. Because there's somebody in group number one and to know that because you made it, they can make it. Then we have a group. Number 3. That's in critical condition. It's the almost gave up group. But almost gave up, but and I feel like giving up, but I'm in a stanza of my life where giving up will be understandable, but now that group won't make a lot of noise, because that group really don't want you to know they in that group. Because that group is afraid that if they let you know in that group that you'll talk about them and you'll mistreat them and you'll walk away from them and you'll reject them. So that group has to suffer silently. Because if that group tells you their real story, you may crucify them. Let's get to the text. Luke chapter 24, verse number 13.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
While you're standing, we'll read down to verse 21, but we'll walk through all the way to verse 35 in a very few minutes. Very few minutes. Because there's some pressing conversations we must have in the house, so other houses can be blessed. Luke chapter 24, verse number 13. Now that same day, that same day was the day of resurrection, the thing that they all had been waiting for. Now that same day, 2 of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking with each other about everything that had happened. And as they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them. But they were kept from recognizing him. Verse 17, he asked them, what are you discussing? What are you talking about together as you walk along? They stood still, their faces downcast, which means they were a people without hope. Their faith had diminished. Their joy had been depleted. That's that group 3 that can't shout. Just like you're looking at these 2 men in a negative view, you will look at them in a negative view. One of them, named Cleophas, asked him, are you the only one visiting Jerusalem who does not know the things that have happened in these days? To paraphrase it in today's vernacular, man, you tripping. Don't you know what's happening? Jesus, what things? About Jesus of Nazareth, they replied. Watch this. This is where I want you to focus. He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers had him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. Verse 21 in conclusion, as you take your seat, but we had hoped. We thought he was a powerful prophet. We thought he was mighty in word and deed. We thought he was God's sent vessel. But we had hoped he was the one who was going to redeem or save Israel. Take your seat.
Amen. Amen.
Walking in a state of confusion. If you can, media team, walk with me. Walking in a state of confusion. resurrection. It's clear these two men had made the transition from their old life to a new life. They put their hope and their faith in Jesus. Jesus had been crucified and resurrected from the grave, but their conversation was stuck on Friday and Saturday. Get this. The day of the resurrection, they were still focusing on what had looked bad in their life. Many of us get caught right here that what we're going through becomes so difficult, we cannot get beyond the point of the difficulty of our current situation to realize God has shown up, walking in a state of confusion. The promise had been fulfilled, but it didn't feel like it. That's why you got to get out your feelings. You cannot function and operate as supreme level if you're functioning and operating in your feelings. That's in regards to business, marriage, relationships, parenting. If you go to school when you feel like it, you'll never graduate. If you go to work when you feel like it, you'll never keep a job. If you only love your spouse when you feel like it, you'll never stay in a healthy relationship. If you only come to church when you feel like it, you'll be left behind, because faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Stop operating in your feelings. It didn't feel good, but victory had already come, and they let their personal feelings cancel what God was doing. I know for my social media crowd and those who like to stay in tune with Instagram and Facebook and all of that, can I be transparent? I don't want another I thank God, I don't look like I went through moment. I don't want to have another experience where it didn't kill me so it should break me. I want to break through. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of going through hell. I'm tired of having to wake up every morning and force myself to be happy. I want to break through. Is there anybody in the house and you tired of fronting on Facebook? You tired of fronting on Instagram? You want a real life breakthrough? You want signs and wonders to follow you all the days of your life? You know where you are right now, but you're sick and tired of being where you are right now, and you need a mighty move of God. Put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and tell God, I need a miracle. I'm tired of pretty quotes. Situations stopped them from recognizing Jesus. The situation is why they were walking and talking about Friday, which was bad, Saturday, which was worse than Friday. But in the midst of them walking on Sunday, Jesus showed up, but the situation prevented them from recognizing Jesus. Let me slow down. Have you allowed your situation to stop you from recognizing Jesus? See, the stuff they were talking about was so heavy and so deep, it blinded them from seeing Jesus had showed up. And that's what you've been praying for Jesus to show up. But you've been praying for him to show up. And when he shows up, you're so stuck on the situation, you don't recognize he showed up. That's a miracle. You're walking and talking about the negativity you're experiencing. You're walking and talking about the hell you're going through. You're walking and talking, declaring about how you put your faith and your hope in Jesus. And now you feel let down. And Jesus shows up and starts walking and talking with you, yet your situation is so jacked up from the floor up, you don't recognize Jesus has shown up. And I don't know about you, but I'm convinced that Jesus is the answer, not was the answer, not will be the answer, but Jesus is the answer. So if he shows up, guess what? The answer is showing up. But I can't let my stuff get so crazy I don't see the answer. Help me, Holy Spirit. Lord, I have faith, but help me with my unbelief. says the man to Jesus. Lord, I have faith that you can do it for them. This is critical. I have faith that you can do it for them. But help me with my unbelief that you can do it for me. Many of us swing on the pinnacle of trusting God for others. But when it comes time for you trusting God for your stuff, your faith starts to diminish. You will pray for others without ceasing. You will sow in others faithfully. But when it's your time to kneel down, the disciples who saw Jesus give sight to the blind, they saw Jesus walk on water, they saw Jesus turn water to wine, they saw Jesus raise the dead. Yet these same disciples, when a storm breaks out after promise, they declared man to man, Master, don't you care if we perish? Their situation was stopping them from seeing their solution. But we had hoped he was the one. But we had, see, it was said he's the one. That's one stance. But they include the word but first. But we had, but cancels out him being a mighty prophet. But cancels out him being the son of God. But cancels out him walking on water and turning water to wine. But cancels out feeding 5,000. But cancels out him going to Lazarus' grave and Lazarus come out of there. But cancels him going to Peter's mother-in-law house and hit it up. But cancels everything from the woman with the issue of blood to Jairus' daughter. When I say but, it cancels out everything I've ever seen or experienced with God, because when I insert my butt, I'm inserting my doubt, I'm inserting my unbelief, I'm inserting my fear. I'm telling God, when I say but, I thought you were a mighty prophet, I thought you were the answer, I thought you were a solution, I know you can't keep me right here because you don't want folks around you to think there's something wrong with you. So, but if in your private moment, in your private moment, what have you said about you and Jesus?
All right.
When you sat in the divorce court, when you sat in a funeral on the front row, when your child laid you off after you were faithful. What are you saying then?
Come on, sir.
We hoped he was the one. Disappointed by people, places, and things. Have you ever been there? Disappointed? It's one thing for people on the outside that disappoint you. But what happens when people with your same last name disappoint you? What happened when the ones I grew up in the old school traditional Baptist church where everybody that was on the church roster, if they weren't your blood family, you call them brother and sister anyhow, because we became one big family of faith. What happens when your family of faith disappoints you? What happens when people with your same last name disappoint? What happens when the people that you brought up, when you found somebody in a messed up way and you blessed them up through the grace of God and they disappoint you? What happens when your sons and daughters, natural and spiritually, disappoint you? What happens when the church turns its back on you? What happens when the church only see you as another dollar and not? What happens when the church can only use you for your giftedness but don't give a darn about your healthiness?
Come on.
Woo. The Bible does not mislead us. Because the Bible tells us in this world, you're going to go through some stuff. Don't whip that out the Bible. The Bible says in this world, you're going to go through through some stuff. But the question is, can we stay in faith while we're going through it? Can we keep believing for a breakthrough while we're going through it? Turn with me to Matthew. I gotta drop a pin here. I gotta show you something. The Holy Spirit showed me. I gotta show you something. Turn your Bible to Matthew chapter 11. Matthew chapter 11. Watch this. Watch this. Matthew chapter 11. Oh, good God Almighty.
Come on, sir.
Matthew chapter 11. Matthew chapter 11. I'm pressing through time. Matthew chapter 11. Jump down to verse number 2. Matter of fact, stand with me if you will. This is critical. Stand with me. I want you to hear it. I want you to hear this. And you may have heard it before, but I want you to hear it like you've never heard it before. I want new revelation to speak you this morning. Matthew chapter 11, verse 2. We're going to read down to verse 5. Then take your seats. And you'll understand with clarity when I get through breaking it down. When John, that's John the Baptist, y'all. That's John the Baptist. When John was in prison, heard about the deeds of the Messiah, that's Jesus, he sent his disciples. Watch, he didn't send Jesus out, he sent his disciples. Oh, good God Almighty. He got into it personal. And in verse 3, he sent them to ask him being Jesus, are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else? And Jesus replied in verse number 4, he won't say, John, you're tripping, bro. You're my first cousin. You know who I am. But Jesus replies, go back and report to John what you heard and see. The blind receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cleansed, and the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the good news is being proclaimed to the poor. Take your seats and let me break something down to you that's going to change your life forever and ever and ever and ever more. John was John the Baptist. And you do know John, right? John in his mother's womb, his mother was Elizabeth. And when John's mother and Jesus' mother Mary got in the same room at the same time, the Bible says both baby boys leaped in agreement. Both baby boys leaped because they knew that destiny was connected to one another. Both baby boys leaped because they knew God's purpose for their lives connected them forever and ever. John knew who Jesus was even in his mother's Mary's womb. John preached and proclaimed Jesus. Watch this. John preached and proclaimed Jesus. But now John faces the dimensions, the square foot, and the circumference of his own personal situation. Jesus is not in prison with him. Mary is not in jail with him. Elizabeth is not there behind the wall. John is facing his situation with only John and John. Mother isn't there, daddy isn't there, cousin isn't there, my posse isn't there, my crew ain't here. I'm in this jail cell all by myself. How can I not take this personal? I'm locked up because I've proclaimed Jesus, yet I feel like Jesus done gone by his business and left me here with a bad business. You gave me the gift, and you let the same gift you gave me kill me? You gave me the assignment, yet you left me in the assignment all by myself. I'm sorry, y'all, but something is happening. The setting the captives free. See, John, watch this. John is seeing and hearing about others receiving their breakthroughs. Why? He's going through. You missed that. John is hearing about the victory laps of the folks he introduced to Jesus. John is hearing about the blind getting their sight, yet he can't see nothing but frustration. John is hearing about the lame getting up and walking away from their situation, yet he can't walk out the prison cell. John is getting confused because all the good he did, but yet he ends up here. I can understand if John had messed up. I can understand if John had tripped out. I can understand if John had got caught up. But John was doing what he was called to do, yet he ends up here. John's current personal situation unfortunately reduces his personal faith to a level where he questions if Jesus is real.
Help me, Pastor. Oh, my God.
There used to be a very popular song in the church world. Jesus is real. I know he's real. But can I drop a major statistic? Christianity is no longer the leading faith in America. The fastest growing faith in America is no longer Christianity, because we stopped declaring Jesus is real and we start making Jesus an option. Now other faiths are increasing while we're struggling to maintain. We're trying to fit in.
Come on, man. Right.
I don't know about you, but Jesus is real. But with John's situation, but making question if Jesus is real. John tripping, y'all. No, watch this. Jesus himself went to a personal ordeal. And on Calvary he cries out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? See, John's personal cross experience, Jesus' personal cross experience almost got him to a John's place, but Jesus don't stop there. See, this key, y'all. You won't go through a personal experience, but don't stop there. Because Jesus didn't cry out as he cries out, why hast thou forsaken me? He didn't cry out, but nevertheless let thy will be done. Okay, I wish I had somebody in this house as I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I wish I had somebody that would declare, nevertheless let thy will be done. Vision, not the grave, not the attack, not the enemy, but I dare you to say, nevertheless let thy will be done. I promise you, I'm trying to wrap it up. Paul, the apostle, he prayed during a personal dilemma for God to remove him from the situation. Paul says, Lord, remove the spirit of thorn from my flesh. And thorn remained in his flesh. And so Paul, a man of faith, goes back to the throne of grace and said, Lord, for the second time, if you will, Lord, if you will, remove this thorn from my flesh. It's draining my faith. It's agonizing and antagonizing my journey of faith. Lord, if it's your will, will you remove this thorn from my flesh? The first time I came, maybe you were dealing with a pressure situation in another situation. Lord, I'm patient. I understand. I'm gonna wait right here. And Paul kept praying, and the thorn remained in his flesh. So Paul said, Lord, I won't quit. I won't give up. So I'll come back to the altar one more time. Lord, remove this thorn from my flesh. I'm to my lowest point. Lord, remove this thorn from my flesh. I can't go another number unless you remove this thorn from my flesh. And the Lord tells Paul, get up, son. My grace, I say my grace, my grace, my grace. Come here, cancer, my grace. Come here, lupus, my grace. Come here, financial crisis, my grace. Come here, jacked up past, my grace. Come here, dysfunctional family, my grace. Come here, whatever you're going through, church hurt, my grace. Come here, rejection, disappointment, my grace is sufficient. My mother and father, when they reject me, says the Lord, my grace. When friends betray you, my grace. I wish I had somebody that'll help me close this sermon and declare it were not for the grace of God. If it were not for the grace of God, if it were not for the grace of God, how can I make it? Because of the grace of God. How can I endure? Because by grace of I got one more good shout in me. I'm gonna actually quiet down on that last shout. Because we're gonna shout our way out of this thing. Hold on just 1 second. See, Luke, watch this. Luke, chapter 24. Watch this. Luke, back to the text. There is a text. Luke, chapter 24. Jump down to verse 25. He being Jesus, said to them, how foolish. Or you, how slow to believe all the prophets have spoken. Did not the Messiah have to suffer these things? Did he enter glory? The pressing, the crushing, the rejection, the lying, the hating, the backstabbing had to happen in order for you to get here. So God can be the God of your life. Just believe God is always in control. Just believe. Even when it gets hard to believe. Just believe. Even when it feels like all of this is for naught. Keep believing. Keep believing. I'll never forget this image I saw 2 Sundays ago at the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. Tiger Woods had been through hell and back. Some because of the consequences of his own actions. He was so quick to throw folks away. But I saw this picture. It's amazing how God works. I saw this picture of this guy who paid a very expensive dollar to be in position at the 18th hole at the Masters. He had a t-shirt on of Tiger Woods' mugshot, representing the negative things from his past. And when Tiger wins the Masters, and he's walking to the victory stairs, this guy who paid a price to see Tiger fail. Tiger walked right by the man who not only counted him out, but stuck it in his face that I hope you fail. And he walked right by with a big smile of victory on his face. So watch this. Keep reading verse 28. As they approached the village to which they were going, Luke 24, verse 28, as they approached the village to which they were going, Jesus continued on as if he was going farther. But they urged him strongly, stay with us, for it is near the evening, and the day is almost over. So he went with them. A point here, don't try to go forward without Jesus. Don't try to go forward without Jesus. You see the job wasn't enough. You see the spouse wasn't enough. You see the weight loss, weight gain wasn't enough. You see the car, the house wasn't enough. The clothes wasn't enough. The title wasn't enough. The collar wasn't enough. The big church wasn't enough. You see now finally none of that stuff you were chasing was enough. And don't try to go another day forward without Jesus. The Bible says they pleaded for Jesus to go with them. The same Jesus they couldn't recognize a little earlier, but now they know his power. Now they recognize that faith will pay off, and they say, Jesus, do not go forward unless we go with you. Whatever you're doing this season, Lord, don't do it. Let's close. So Jesus, now, verse 30, when he was at the table, with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Do you miss something? Then their eyes were open, they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. You miss something? Jesus at the table with us. But watch this. It wasn't Jesus' table. Yet he took over the table. Let me slow down and rush at the same time. The Bible says he gets to the table with us. At our table. Because remember, he's going to prepare a table for us in the presence of our enemies. So he shows up at our table, but he takes over the table. He breaks the bread. He serves the bread. He's letting us know that even though it's your table, it's your stuff, it's your dilemma, it's your hardship, it's your sickness, it's your situation. But Jesus, but I'm here at the table with you, and I'm getting ready to serve up some grace and mercy at this table in the presence of your enemies. It's your table, but it's no longer your table because now your eyes have been opened and you recognize the power of Jesus. So at your table, Jesus says, I'm now the master chef. I'm now the master servant. I'm getting ready to give you what you need at your table in the presence of your enemies. And the next time I see Jesus at the table with his disciples, he says, in remembrance of me. So he prepares a table in the presence of our enemies, and then he gives us a table for a family reunion. Stand with me if you will. Stand with me if you will. If you're able to stand. This is how it concludes. I'm just reading the Bible to the conclusion. Then they asked each other, were not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us? He been trying to get it without the word. They got up and returned to Jerusalem. There they found the 11 disciples remaining and those with them assembled together and saying, it is true, the Lord has risen, has appeared to Simon. Watch this, is very important, and appeared to Simon. Then the two told what they had happened on the way. Now Jesus was recognized by them and he broke the bread. Remain standing. We pull out three things real quickly without going into detail. They got up. Hear me. They got up. They shared their experience with others. You didn't get up just to get up. You got to be a witness and a testimony of the power of Jesus. Don't let the enemy steal your getting up by you shutting up. And then they also mentioned Simon as Peter, because Jesus will always make sure everybody is included. Because church folks will only embrace those stories that sound like their stories. If he brought you out of that, you rejoice with other folks who in that are coming out of that. But you understand that other stuff he's taking people out of. Don't get caught up in church stuff. Let your testimony be enticing for whosoever will. And I'm leaving right here. Y'all ready? I'm leaving right here. John 6 and 32. You don't have to turn to it. Just go to it when you get home. John 6 and 32. Jesus said to them, very truly I tell you, it is not Moses who has given you the bread of heaven, but it is my Father who gives you the true bread from heaven.
Yes, sir.
For the bread of God is a bread that comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. Sir, they said, always give us this bread. And Jesus declared in conclusion, I am the bread of life.
All right, all right.
Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. We don't have to struggle in any aspect of life. He says, if you're hungry, I'm the bread. If you're thirsty, I'm the water. Whatever you need, come to me. Whosoever will,
All right.
come to me. Whosoever will, those who are believing God for a miracle, for a breakthrough. And I had some interesting thoughts and conversations with Jesus. I said, Lord, did anybody become a Christian on Friday afternoon while you were hanging on the cross? Lord, on Saturday when you were in the grave, did anybody run down the aisle to synagogue and say, I want to be like Christ? But today, I offer you Jesus, just as you are.
All right.
And I'm telling you, the power is believing that if you're on a cross on a Friday or a grave on a Saturday, if you're hungry and thirsty, Sunday's gonna come and he's gonna get up and meet your needs if you just trust him. So I challenge you today. These men and women of God, they came to receive you. If you're here, just as you are, and you desire, listen, I hope this come out the right way. But God is getting ready to do a supernatural breakthrough in this place. God is getting ready to use a dark hour to shine so bright that the credit would not be for me, but for him. I can't do what we need God to do. So when he does it through us, it'll be about, if we lift him up, he's going to move in a way like we've never. And souls that are broken shall run down these aisles and thirst and hunger no more. If you're here this morning, don't worry about your backdrop story. Don't worry about what you've been through, what you're going through. Just get up in faith. He says, whosoever will believe. Just get up in faith. I'm not going to holler again. I just want to talk right now. Because there's somebody here. Tuesday night, late at night, a few Tuesdays ago, there was a bandit that came outside to do harm. But this Tuesday, a young man was going through a difficult situation. And God dropped him right at that front door and he ran in. And laid on the floor and said, I don't know if I can make it another day in my life. I don't know what to do. God sent him for us to pray with him and not let him go until he felt the presence of God. And about 2 a.m. that morning, he texted me and said, thank you, sir, for giving me my life back.
I'm crying.